get involved with a lot of different specialty or practice areas in your practice of law, right?
I handle personal injury matters generally.
Right.
Malpractice cases, car accident cases. I have a subspecialty in handling sex abuse cases.
Yeah, and that's what I want to get to right away, because that's rather a controversial issue, isn't it?
It is. It's less controversial now than when I first started handling these cases.
Basically because the church didn't own up to responsibility for
well,
this, right?
and the judges were not very receptive to these cases.
No kidding.
The first case I handled was in 1991. That was settled rather quickly. The next series of cases were hard fought. And I actually had one judge ask me, you know, what are you on, some kind of crusade? Not.
Was he Catholic?
He was.
Okay.
But so was I.
Yeah. And so was I, and let's face it, you know, the bottom line is there's a lot of people who are greatly disappointed with the response that the Catholic Church initially made, aren't they?
I think that's true. The Catholic Church, though, is sort of a parameter for this issue because as a society, I think we have ignored victims of sexual abuse, not just in the Catholic Church, but everywhere. So it's rampant not only in church, but in schools.
Right.
Sexual abuse perpetrators look for children in the age range that they're interested in, and so they gravitate towards not only being clergy, but also being school teachers.
Right. Having been brought up as a Catholic, when that judge asked you the question, are you on a crusade, obviously you internally had to think, you know, wait a minute, I was brought up to think one way, and now I see the mentor of my spiritual beliefs acting another way. That must have been tumultuous for you too, wasn't it?
It was. It's a difficult issue to tangle with because you know, as a child, the priest was the center of moral guidance. And to see that they ignored these things was very disturbing.
Now, here's a question for you. How do you see justice has changed in America, let's say over the last 6 years?
You know, there has been a attack on the civil part of the justice system, not so on the criminal part.
Yes.
It's interesting to note that the same people who will attack civil judgments for money are very happy to put someone to death by the same types of juries.
Right.
I think that, you know, one area where people have to look at the civil justice system is in this sexual abuse issue. Without trial lawyers digging into this issue and uncovering these crimes, this issue would not have been brought to light. And it happened in the civil justice system, not the criminal justice system.
So, in a way, where the church once was the moral barometer, you know, of society, some lawyers are that right now, aren't they?
Well, I hate to go quite that far with it, but
I mean, it's the truth. You search for the truth.
Well, I think that that's true, and I think we get a bad rap for it.